do on that New Year's resolution? Now that we're in about the middle of March, how did you do through January and February? Did you get to all those target goals that you had set for yourself? Were you able to achieve the results that you hoped would be so easy to do? No. So what are you going to change between now and, say, summertime when we can't wear heavy sweaters and heavy coats? What are you going to do? Well, I've got an idea. First and foremost, let's talk about something that doctors are recognizing, and that is sitting has become the new smoking. I'm sitting here looking at a catalog, and at the same time, I'm burning calories and getting a little bit of exercise. Active sitting is the easiest, simplest way to make a huge change in your life without making a huge change in your life. Because most of us are going to find ourselves sitting at one point or another during the day, whether you're at your desk because you're working from home, or you're watching your favorite television show, or you're catching up on Facebook or what have you. This is the Cubii Junior 2. You're seeing it for the first time if you didn't tune in at midnight last night. Now, Cubii has been our most popular compact elliptical that we've ever sold here at QVC. We had what, almost 300,000 people who picked it up. Well, this one is actually smaller, it's lighter in weight, and the price is amazing. We've got the lowest price anywhere. And believe me, we have looked. Pat, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Pat's gonna get strapped in. You're gonna get not only the Cubii Junior, but you're also gonna get the mat, which is the #1 most often sought after accessory. You're then also gonna get the Footstraps to go along with it, okay? And Pat, when I say that we've got the absolute lowest price we know of anywhere, the only way to find this cheaper would be to shoplift, and we don't recommend that.
Oh, jeez. No, we do not recommend
Well, of
that.
course we don't. By the way, I'm wearing my mustache socks.
Oh, very nice.
I did that for
I
Frank.
like it. You did that for Frank?
Because his father's a barber, hairdresser.
Oh, very nice.
Yes.
I love it.
So what color do you have?
I have the pink.
Okay.
Let's talk colors, because we have exclusive colors for you as well.
Yeah.
And I love, you know, this little pack up, if you will, with the foot straps and all of the new additions just add to everything that you all have told us that you love. You want me to run over and show everybody the colors?
Or we'll just make the camera do it. I'm already exercising.
Okay.
Okay? So she's got the pink, I've got
Yes.
the green. By the way, that pink and the green are both exclusive colors to QVC. We also have purple, which is
Right.
exclusive.
That's the third exclusive color.
The two colors that have been out there in the marketplace before are green, and then we also have an aqua.
Okay.
But this thing is smooth as silk. This will judge how old I am. Do you remember years and years ago, you could buy these, they were chrome, like bicycle pedals that you would sit in front of the couch, but they were made
I
out
know
of
what you're talking about. Yeah,
tin
yeah, yeah.
foil and beer cans, and they just were, they were crummy. And you got no resistance at all.
Well, this is like the elliptical machine
Yeah.
at the gym. The really expensive one that most people couldn't afford to have in their home. So now you can.
Pat, could you possibly make that look more awkward for our audience? let's
I think
get.
it's my sneakers. Remember, I'm having a problem with sneakers this morning.
Okay, wait a minute. I would never embarrass my co-host because I truly love her.
Yes.
Okay, I lied about the first statement, but the second one is completely true. This morning, I'm talking to Pat. Pat had left her dressing room, went to the restroom that's in our lounge area, and came back, and there's a big full-length mirror right there. I said, Pat, I hate to give you fashion advice, and what did I say
I know,
to you?
you were very sweet. You were like, I'm going to give you some fashion advice. And I was like, oh, okay. What doesn't work? You're like, you got two different shoes on. I did. I had
Now,
two
by the
different
way,
sneakers
it's not
on.
like she had two different black shoes on. She had she's got the white tennis shoe on you see here, and the other one was blue.
It's that kind
It's
of
that
morning.
1 hour of
It's that
sleep we didn't
1
get.
hour of sleep.
Carrie Whitman. First of all, $10 says her shoes match, okay? She's
I'm
on
sure
top of it.
everything will match.
She is one of our favorite health and fitness
Yes.
experts. And listen, she knows her stuff. But the thing that I love most about her is she brings to us a real common sense approach with real answers to be able to help us to be our very best. And Carrie, who is that special young lady sitting to your right?
Dan and Pat, this is my daughter, Paige.
Hi, Paige.
Hi, Paige.
Nice to meet you.
See, I remember when Paige was.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking
Just a
that
little
too.
Yeah.
one, I know.
Yes.
It's true.
So
And,
good to
know,
see
now
you.
Oh, and Puppy. Don't forget Puppy.
So good to see you. And we have Sunny who's putting her paw up on page saying, "Oh, don't forget about me, Dan and Pat."
Aw.
This is
Hi,
our
Sunny.
rescue Sunny girl. And this is real, everybody. We're in our home, and this is real life because we sit with the QB at night, watch our favorite shows, tune into QVC. We really have found that QB has been a great way for both of us to enjoy sitting together, getting some exercise, feeling guilt-free, by the way. But this has been so successful and popular at QVC because it's for all ages. My mom and dad, they both used it. My dad sits a lot longer than my mother, but my dad has used it because he found over the last few years, especially, he just was sitting and doing nothing. And my dad's going to be 88 on Friday.
Wow.
88.
Oh, that's great. Wish him happy birthday, Carrie.
Happy birthday to my dad. And my mother just had hip surgery in January, early January. And my mom is already up and around and bebopping around. She loves to run errands. I always say that's her exercise. But as part of her routine now, she's using the QB about 20 minutes a day. And we've had so much success with so many folks feeling like the QB has given them back
I gotta tell you,
feeling of I'm accomplishing exercise.
I always feel guilty because Carrie always says running errands. Got to run errands. Got to run errands. I always take the car.
You're so funny, Dan.
I think she actually runs errands.
She might
I
because
think
she's
she
a
jogs.
fitness
Carrie,
instructor
I've
and
known you for a long time.
All-American
You're the
soccer
type who
player.
would jog to Whole Foods. I guess you would.
Yeah.
Okay.
My mom, she'll just park in the furthest spot, and then she'll run over to
and get some
her
exercise.
home
That's
goods.
great.
Yeah.
Little differences make big differences. Let me brag on price for a second. First of all, it's the first time for most people to even see this. They know the original, the QB Junior 1, one of my favorite actors. And then this is the newer model that weighs less, but you still have 8 different resistance levels on it. And you change the resistance. By the way, you can change the resistance.
Oh, did you put it up really high?
Of course I did.
Of course you did.
Of course I did.
Okay.
How many years have you worked with me?
Exactly.
Okay.
I should have known.
And then you're also going to get the mat, which, Carrie, if I'm not mistaken, that's the most often sought after accessory for the
QB Junior.
QB Junior line. And then you're also going to get the Footstraps, which I don't have the Footstraps on mine. And you know what?
It's brand new.
I never realized that I missed it until I had an opportunity to try it with the Footstraps, because it just kind of locks you into position and makes it really easy. This is one of those motions that you can wind up doing almost subconsciously. You don't even realize you're doing. This is a $318 value that we have on the air for $229.98. We have 5 easy pay payments on it, but we've got 5 easy pay payments on everything today. And this is the lowest price that we found anywhere in the country.
Well, it's worth every single penny. And if you have it, we'd love to be able to share your story. So feel free to go ahead and do that. But for $46, it'll ship now or March 28th, whatever you prefer. And we can do bill to, ship to with this as well. All right, Carrie, let's jump into this because I think that a lot of times, and I have to say I was guilty. The first time I ever saw it, I was like, really? But it's doing so much for you. And then you can continue to do your life, whether it is checking your email, talking on the phone, watching TV, doing your work.
You're using most of your body. You don't even realize that you're using it.
Exactly, because it's smooth.
And Pat and Dan, there's folks that I've worked with. We have before and afters to show you that said the same thing. They were looking for help. And what their problem was, they were sitting for hours. This is Eileen, who's a lawyer, started her own practice about 7 years ago. So she was sitting for 14 hours. She lost 20 pounds in 10 weeks.
Oh my
using
gosh,
the QB 40 minutes a day.
What were those
20
numbers?
pounds, everybody. 20 pounds in 10 weeks. So that was 2 pounds a week. And she was using the QB 40 minutes under her desk at her office. And she found herself calling me saying, Carrie, can I do it longer? And I said, of course you can, because it doesn't make a noise. It doesn't make a peep.
Yeah.
She followed a low-calorie diet. But for Eileen, she was skeptical at first because she thought she had to really get to the gym and kill herself, which she doesn't have time for that anymore. Same thing with Jewel. Jewel herself lost 10 pounds, everybody, in 10 weeks.
Wow,
30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. And for Jewel and Eileen, they both have had their jobs have always pulled them away from being consistent with exercise because of sitting and having to be at their computer or on the phone. So they both found success with the Cubii because they were really able to just use it at their desk. And they continue to, and they feel so good. Like Jules' smile tells everybody, like, she's
Yeah.
like, just go for it. But here are the muscles that it works. So we really want to speak to when you're at your laptop, your core muscles are going to be activated and working and strengthening along with your hip flexors. They typically break down when you sit. We're strengthening them with your buttocks, your glute muscles. So your seat muscles are activating, traveling into your legs, your thighs and your hamstrings. These are the biggest muscles to help your metabolism. And then also your calves, as you have that ergonomic design that takes the pressure off of your knees and hips. It's low impact. Now, the study here with the Mayo Clinic speaks to the science. It's looking at 20 minutes with the Cubii, sitting for 20 minutes versus standing with the standing desk. That's the energy expenditure that increases when you're exercising, doing any exercise. Here specifically, you can see 84.5% energy increase with the Cubii versus standing with the standing desk. So right now, Dan and Pat, are you about to do cartwheels?
I haven't done a cartwheel in years. Carrie, listen, I don't even know the names of the major muscle groups, but after this pandemic, I don't have a gluteus maximus. I have a maximus maximus. and I love that we got statistics from the Mayo Clinic. The most fattening thing you put on a sandwich is my favorite, condiment.
Oh, geez, you're so weird.
That's a bad name for a medical group.
Incredible. We probably should start by saying, if you have any questions, please check with your doctor. You have to eat a sensible diet. But Carrie, you know this. You've worked with people of all ages for years now, inspiring them. In fact, there's this very cool Cubii, what would I call them? Community. Yeah, the community will help inspire you.
I've already burned 31 calories.
You did?
Yes.
I burned 174.5.
Okay, who used hers before she sat down?
Probably Rachel last night.
You got to reset it. That's not fair. But this is active sitting. And specialists are saying, Carrie, and I'm no expert in health and fitness, believe me, but experts are saying that sitting is kind of like the new smoking, is it not?
Or especially during the pandemic, I think, right?
So with all of us having a different lifestyle over the last few years, I am now being inundated, Dan, because you're exactly right. The new year really didn't kick off that much excitement with get myself back to myself.
Right.
And right now, everybody's saying, wait a second, spring is next week. Summer's right around the corner. I've got to get myself going. But how? And I've said just really, really easy, simple solutions. Active sitting. For instance, if you watch QVC for 30 minutes a day, you could be working your legs and your maximus gluteus and your stomach for 30 minutes a day while you pet your little fur ball. while you pet your pet or multitask like Pam, being on her cell phone or her laptop. You could be reading a book. You could be playing a puzzle. I mean, typically I make my phone calls and I'll pedal with the Cubii, because we all like to maximize time. It just feels better. But now you really can. And that's what so many folks who have picked up a Cubii at QVC have shared, that they just love it because it fits into your lifestyle. This becomes part of your norm. This is where you're not going to make up the excuses. You really can get fit when you sit. But this is smooth. That's the reason why this is new technology, even more smooth.
Yeah, it is even smoother than the last one. And totally quiet. No one will ever know, even if you bring it into your office. And those are some of the new improvements. The Cubii community is a really fun community of a lot of different folks that can certainly relate to all the stresses of life. You know, you really have kind of cut out all the excuses as the weather is bad. I mean, look, you can hang out with these fun people, and you have all kinds of different workouts, don't you, Carrie?
Yes, I mean, there's wonderful workouts for this is Rob and Janelle. I love looking at the folks that I met virtually, Pat and Dan. We became a family, and it's been over the last couple of years. And Paige is part of it. They love seeing her grow up. And it's been a fun way for all of us to say, okay, let's pedal, and you can use water bottles, you can use weights, and let's go with the upper body now. Or let's just use our arms and just punch away, like use your arms for boxing. So there's a yoga, take deep breaths in and out, and you're able to see that you're going to get a little bit heated. Now we'll up the resistance levels 1 through 8, and there is a progress tracker to look at your steps. So as somebody who people say all the time, you're so active, Carrie, how could you possibly say you're not getting enough steps? Believe it or not, in the winter months,